Miley Cyrus being accused of being rude to fans along with Naomi Campbell. We're getting into how she's responded to the situation, but it wasn't looking very good online. Plus, we're talking about Sabrina Carpenter's new album cover as she kind of poked fun at the fact that people did not like the original. We're also talking about Cardi B clapping back at some of the things that people have said about her upcoming album. We're also talking about Alix Earle and her podcast update. Plus, of course, we are going to get into some of the things that have been said about Love Island this week because I asked you guys if you wanted to hear any Love Island updates, and I am obsessed with the season, so we're gonna chat about it. Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to the weekly TEACAP. Let's just get straight into the Love Island news before we get into anything else because you guys, I'm so sickly obsessed with this freaking season. I just did a podcast where I talked at great length about what's been going on this week. It was literally like an hour of me talking about it, so I could just go on for days, honestly. Last week, we had this whole Hurricane Huda situation where Huda and Jeremiah were going through some drama. At the end of the week, he didn't choose to be with her. He chose to couple up with Iris, and it seemed like they were finally going to try and like go their separate ways and explore other people in the villa. It did look like she was going to go in for a kiss when they were kind of having their closure talk, which everyone was like, no, Huda, don't do that. He didn't choose you. Do not embarrass yourself by trying to kiss him. But anyway, this week ended up being so crazy because Jeremiah started getting really close with the new bombshell. It seemed like they were really hitting it off. And then what do you know? America has to vote who their favorite Islander is. And the bottom three were in jeopardy of going home. And it was up to Ace, Taylor, and Nick to decide which boy was going to go home. And Jeremiah ended up going home. Everyone is saying that Ace is controlling the season. He is playing producer. And they feel like he got voted out because he just didn't like Jeremiah and maybe was jealous of him. I don't know what the case was. As for the girls, it was between Amaya, Iris, and Hannah to go home, and Hannah ended up getting voted out, and everyone was shocked because she was the only one standing up there that had a true connection. She had been going strong with Pepe, so it just seemed really weird that she was getting voted out. It felt more like a vote of, okay, you're a strong couple, so we're voting you out to go home so that we have a better chance of like winning Love Island, which I feel like up until this season, I just don't feel like Love Island should or really has ever felt this much like a game show to me. I feel like it's been about, friendships and then, really voting for the strong couples to stay till the end. But Amaya and Iris did not have strong couples, and it felt like they were like, we want to give them a chance. And Hannah, you've already explored and had two really great connections, so you can go home. I don't know. The whole thing was so weird, and Jeremiah and Hannah have done podcast interviews this week to talk about getting voted out. Hannah said that she was shocked that she was voted out by the girls. It just didn't make sense to her, and even hearing their explanations afterwards, she just didn't understand why she went home. Pepe was shocked as well. And she says that there were a lot of conversations that we did not see of her and Pepe that honestly made me kind of like him. She said that the night that Charlie went home, he made food for her. He rubbed her back all night. They talked and literally got like 10 minutes of sleep before they went on their date. So I wish we got to see more of the conversations they were having. She also said that the girls were getting so fed up with Huda talking about Jeremiah that she pulled Huda aside and said that she could personally come and talk to her about all of the Jeremiah stuff, which obviously makes it that much more hurtful when you think about how Huda did not go to Hannah to say that she was going to pull Pepe for some chats, since Hannah was just being so extra nice to her. She also said that she wanted to talk to Pepe about like traumas that she's gone through in her life, and she was telling this to Huda, and then Huda ended up pulling Pepe. So I don't know, everything about that part of the interview didn't make her look the best, but I will say I do feel like Huda is going through a redemption arc right now. A lot of people are rooting for her. They want her to find love. As for Jeremiah, I feel like he did not want to say anything negative about Huda when he was doing any of these interviews. He did take accountability for things. He felt like he set the expectations a little too high for Huda in how he is in relationships, and she thought he was about to do these things and he wasn't ready to do these things with her. So he understands like why she was upset with him. And I don't know, I found it very respectable that he didn't want to say anything bad about her. In some fun Love Island news though, Sierra has gone completely viral because of her Instagram captions. Her friend MJ, who is also an influencer, a TikToker that I followed for a while now, I did not know that Sierra and her knew each other, but MJ came out and said that she has been running Sierra's Instagram account, and everyone has just been like loving the captions that she's been putting under photos of Sierra as Sierra is away on Love Island and she's running her account. And Cosmo literally did an article highlighting the fact that MJ has gone viral for all of her quirky little captions that she's done for Sierra while she's in the villa. The article was titled, "So You're Running Your Best Friend's Instagram While She's on Love Island USA." And Julia Fox literally followed Sierra's account and her friends posted freaking out for her. So I don't know, the behind the scenes stuff that is happening not in the villa also just has me just as hooked as stuff that I'm seeing on TV. Anyway, let's get into some of these other stories. Let's talk about Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina had posted originally when she announced that she was going to be coming out with another album quite soon, Man's Best Friend, that this was going to be the album cover. And everyone started this whole big controversy over it. They felt like the album cover was degrading to women and they just didn't like this. Some people were defending that, you know, in Sabrina's songs, she's dissing men and she's making fun of them, calling them stupid and dumb. And so this album cover is just satire, but a lot of people just didn't like it. And so when she posted an alternate album cover this week, it seems she poked a little fun at the fact that people clearly didn't like the first one. She said, "I signed some copies of Man's Best Friend for you guys, and here is a new alternate cover approved by God, available now on my website." Approved by God, you guys. I feel like there was a little shade in there, or a little bit of, I know you guys didn't like the last one, so damn, here. Speaking of music news though, let's talk about Cardi B because she announced that her sophomore album was finally going to be coming out, something that people have been waiting years for. And on this new album is going to be the song WAP and Up, which everyone's like, wait, those songs are so old, like 5 years old. Why are they going to be on your new album? And then everyone's talking about how because they're added on, the numbers of like the sales go up and it's a whole marketing thing. And so there was this whole big conversation about it, and Cardi decided to just address the situation on social media. She tweeted, "This will be the last and only time I'm gonna address this. WAP and Up are two of my biggest songs. My fans have been asking me to put them on an album, and people search for them on IOP all the time. They deserve a home. I let haters make me not submit WAP for the Grammys, and at this point, I'm giving my fans what they want. These two songs don't even count for first week sales, so what are y'all even crying about? Do you say anything when all these artists pull out all their little tricks and ponies to sell? Exactly. Now let them eat cake, go cry about it." So clearly she was not having all of the complaining that was coming out about her adding these two songs to this new album, and she doesn't care what people have to say. Now, as for something else that happened this week, Alix Earle posted onto her Hot Mess Instagram account, which is her podcast Instagram account, that she was going to be starting up her podcast again. At least it seemed that way. This was the post on Instagram, and it looked like she was going to be saying something on June 25th. And well, June 25th rolled around, and she posted a YouTube video where she was talking about how since she stopped doing her podcast, she started vlogging. And she felt like people were just seeing this side of her while vlogging that wasn't something that they were seeing when she was doing the podcast. And so she wants to bring elements of her podcast to her vlog and do this like vlog cast situation. So she's still going to be posting on YouTube. She's also going to be uploading the episodes onto Spotify, but that's kind of the update. If you guys don't remember, there was this whole situation where she was signed to Alex Cooper's Unwell podcast network, and then that contract ended and everyone was like, wait, I don't think they're friends anymore. There's got to be some drama. We never exactly found out what went on behind the scenes other than Alex Cooper and Alix Earle were no longer going to be working together. Alex Cooper claimed that Alix Earle owned all the IP. She was free to do whatever with her podcast. And well, it seems she's taken full advantage of that now, and she's going to be doing her vlogcast. Now, you guys, let's get into the big story here. This whole Miley Cyrus situation with Naomi Campbell. This is a hot mess and something that I saw going around on TikTok, all the clips of it, and it was so hard to watch, and I just couldn't understand why this was something that ended up happening. It wasn't making sense to me. It looked so rude, and I needed to know more because there was just no way that this was something that genuinely they were okay with. And of course, since this, Miley has come out to address the situation, so we're gonna get into that. But on June 21st, Miley Cyrus and Naomi Campbell hosted a surprise vinyl signing event at Rough Trade East in London for the limited edition promo single Every Girl You've Ever Loved, which features Naomi alongside Miley on the track. Videos seen across social media captured Miley and Naomi deep in conversation, making only brief eye contact with the people that were coming up to them to have their vinyl signed and take a picture or, you know, pose in the video. I mean, they were just talking to each other. They weren't looking at anything around them other than maybe what they were signing and each other. It just felt like they were ignoring the fans that had come to this signing. And as a result, a lot of the fans ended up with photos or videos where the two of them were not looking at the camera, or only one of them was looking at the camera in the photo. And people just felt so bad for everyone that showed up.
Right behind you for your picture, Gorge. Right behind you. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Thank you. Right here for your picture. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just go down to the end of the show, please.
Right here for your picture. There you go. Thank you. Yes. Right here for your picture. For your picture, right here. There you go. Thank you. Right here for your picture.
A little over, a little over.
There you go. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
People said, you pay for a meet and greet to meet Miley Cyrus and she totally ignores you because she's busy chatting with Naomi Campbell. This is as good as I got from the video. Sorry, what do you mean I just met Miley Cyrus and Naomi Campbell? I am actually shaking. People notice that they are looking in two totally different directions, but I will say that was one of the best photos that I saw out of this whole thing. Miley and Naomi Campbell at the Every Girl You've Ever Loved vinyl signing in London. And people replied also saying, I know Miley Cyrus and washed up Naomi Campbell don't think they're all that in 2025. F out of here. Other people said, no, literally, they're so weird for this. So everyone was just calling out that this did not look good. On their end, it was not looking good, and people wanted answers as to what went down here. So Miley ended up posting that they did this event, and in the caption, she wrote, our vinyl was originally set to drop a week later, but since we were both in London at Rough Trade East, made it happen day of. I wanted to gift my Smilers an exclusive experience in unreleased vinyl to thank you for the love you've shown me in the UK over the years. I saw so many familiar faces and met some sweet new ones. The record store requested no photos due to the unexpected last-minute turnout, but we knew the night needed to be captured. Thank you, Avia, for snapping those in-the-moment shots to everyone who came out to celebrate our single, We Love You. And Naomi also posted a photo on Instagram and said, at Miley Cyrus, what a fun signing. Thank you for having me by your side to celebrate the Every Girl You've Ever Loved vinyl release in London. What a joy to spend the night with you in my hometown. Your energy is infectious. Your memory and graciousness is unreal with our fans. You had me laughing all night. To everyone who came out to the signing, thank you. We felt your love and adored meeting you. If you couldn't make it, the vinyl is available now. Show us your poses this summer. So it seems she said that the record store requested no photos and someone was just recording this experience for everyone. So I guess they were under the impression that people were not taking photos with them, so they didn't need to like look up and pose, but still everyone was just like, why didn't you just acknowledge the presence of the fan in front of you? Like that would have been way nicer than you two in deep conversation. And I don't know, because in some of these videos you hear, okay, time for your picture, 1, 2, 3, and like they take it and the fan is still talking to them or they're not looking. And I don't know, the whole thing was just such a mess and I felt bad for quite literally everyone involved. I feel like they just wouldn't want to come off that way either, but I don't know, it just wasn't a good look, and that was what was being said about them this week. I certainly want to know what you guys think about this whole situation plus everything else we talked about today. Are you watching Love Island? Are you going to be tuning into Alix Earle's podcast? What about Sabrina's new album, the cover? How are we feeling about the new one? The fact that she kind of threw shade at the old one and the drama. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.